So I asked Lewis to join me today because earlier this year, the Financial Conduct Authority, the FCA, their Insights website shared an article about the future of RegTech, sort of regulatory technology, which found that, quote, there is significant demand for RegTech solutions among financial services firms. So, Lewis, I'm curious, like, as someone who heads up a RegTech provider, why do you think that this, going digital and increasing demand for RegTech is a trend among compliance professionals?
Yes. Well, the job of compliance is clearly just increasing in difficulty, and that's really because of the frequency of the regulatory, just the pace at which regulatory change is occurring. There's a lot more data, and it seems like there's fewer hours in the day to get that done. So at the end of the day, you really do need a tool to help you get your job done, the things that you used to do, and the things that you now need to do as more regulatory scrutiny comes into the picture. So it's really a great tool in order to help you accomplish the monitoring that you need to do. Because as a compliance officer, you're really looking to monitor, and the more that you can push down of activities and ownership and responsibility to the first line, the better you are in terms of being able to make sure your firm is compliant as a whole.
I think there's also more demand potentially because we've seen this big spell of working from home, and then now companies are increasingly shifting to a more either long-term remote working or a hybrid work environment between the workplace and externally. Does that have an influence, do you think, on use of RegTech?
Yeah, there are several areas. While monitoring is one of the areas, yes. Access anywhere is really a key thing. The worker mobility is something that is now becoming commonplace. Meaning, you not only do you have regional offices, but you also now have work from home in these hybrid models. So the FCA put out an interesting article here this last quarter, uh, speaking about how uh, they may do home visits in order to make sure that you're remaining compliant, with all the processes and procedures that you're being held to. Um,
Brilliant. So I guess as well as this whole, us now all being kind of Zoom or Microsoft Teams natives, there is something to be said for having dedicated software that lets you manage your compliance